Hey guys, Aaron and Dusty here.
And welcome back to EatMoveRest and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We decided to sit down today and not do a food video, not do a workout video, but maybe just talk. We have thought about doing this thing called Kitchen Confidential. So we're like halfway in the kitchen and halfway not, but technically we'll call it the Kitchen Confidential. Anyway, we thought we would sit down today and talk about a few things that surround the New Year holiday and all the hype that goes along with having a resolution, making all these crazy changes. And the truth of the matter is, sometimes we fail, or sometimes we don't know what we want to change or how to do it. So we thought we'd sit down and maybe talk a little bit about maybe a different perspective, a different way to look at the new year, and a different way to maybe set some goals.
The new gym membership, the smaller pant size, the smaller the numbers go on the scale. What is it that we're always looking for? Ultimately, it's all about happiness. We just want to be happy.
Yep.
But what happens when those things don't go according to plan is the opposite.
Right.
And we want to challenge ourselves and all of you to kind of do more of the inside work. So something we've done over the past 3 or 4 years is to come up with just one word. That's where this book comes in.
One word.
John Gurdon, we love him. He's got tons of motivational books. You can find him all over social media. But that one's a really quick read. I mean, we both probably finished it in a day or two.
Yep.
And
a couple hours you can read through it. It's actually Dan Britton, Jimmy Page, John Gurdon. These three dudes sat down and wrote this really fast, simple book. It's all focused on picking one word for the year. Maybe not one goal or 5 goals, but just one word that kind of can embodies more of like the inside work and maybe something in general that you want to work on with yourself. We like that idea. It's worked for us. So
yeah, and this year I want to work on intuition. And we've all got that tiny voice inside. Maybe you listen to your gut or go with your heart, follow your heart. So that's kind of where I'm trying to go with that, is just to not just hear that voice and drown it out with busyness, but to hear that voice and acknowledge it and what it's saying, to take that and actually put some of those things into action.
Yep. My word for this year I think is going to be faith. And whether that's faith in God, faith in myself, faith in my spouse and my family, it's something that I need to work on a little bit more, because as a young man, I feel like I have to take charge and grab the bull by the horns and control. And I feel like I need to give that up. And in the years past, last year, the year before, I had these crazy goals. I was going to make a bunch of money, and I was going to go here and do this and build that. And some of these things didn't happen. And I was like, well, what the heck, man? I worked really, really hard, and it wasn't happening for me. So I thought the other night, I was sitting down, we were talking about this, and I started to look back and say, okay, what were some of the things that I did accomplish in the last few years that I actually didn't plan on, that weren't my doing at all? And I thought, proposing to my wife and actually getting married and being able to buy a house and do all these things.
Starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah, YouTube. We didn't have these things. These weren't New Year's resolutions.
Not even on our radar.
No, but they happened, and they're some of the best things that have happened. And so it's man, I just need to have faith and trusting God to guide me and my family and everybody around me, and trusting myself to take advantage of the opportunities and go after them, and worry less about the list of resolutions and all that. So I think I'm going to focus on faith this year.
Intuition and faith.
Yep. They're kind of along the same lines, but they both kind of border control and giving up that control. And man, it's hard when you know what you want, because I feel like we often know what we want.
We think we know what we want.
We think we know what we want. And then it's I need to go after that because that's what I think I know that I want. And someone else has a plan, whether it's God or your spouse or whoever. That plan might be different for them, and it might include you. So maybe giving up that control is more so what we were both kind of thinking for this year, and I think both of our words work well for that.
Be okay with surrender. Surrender isn't weakness. It's just, our plans get thwarted all the time by a little thing called life.
Right.
These are our plans, but life happens. And just learning to be cool with it, and realizing that ultimately coming back to happiness. And happiness it's not something that we get from the stuff or the weight loss or the fitness goals that we achieve or don't achieve. Happiness is a daily practice. It's from the second you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you've got a smile on your face. It's the choices you make, it's the habits that you implement into your life, it's a perspective, and it's a mindset.
Yep.
So happiness, all on you.
Right. And we've also talked about, some people say, well, it's not about happiness, or it's not about health, or it's people have their own perspective on these ideas. And, we've kind of put ourselves in the situation or the scenario like, okay, you have all the money in the world, you have all your friends and all your family and your business, and you live in your tropical paradise, wherever it is, and then all of a sudden your health goes. None of that matters, right? Or let's say you do have all this, but for some reason you're just not happy. There's something missing. None of the rest matters. So we think, focus on being healthy and happy and less about the material things, and you're sure to feel good. You're sure to have a better year.
So one word, pick your one word, and hopefully this will ultimately help you to achieve happiness. What we're working on and realizing is that happiness is a daily practice. From the minute you get up first thing in the morning, it's the smile on your face, it's the healthy breakfast, it's just the choices that you make throughout the day, and it's a perspective, and it's a mindset. So if you're still wanting some more concrete ways to become the best version of yourself essentially this year, then just take it back to the basics. That's what Eat, Move, and Rest is all about. And we like to start with taking a look at what's on your plate. Eat more plants. You can never go wrong with fruits and veggies.
Nope. Move daily. It's super easy to say, I'm going to run a marathon this year, or I'm going to gain 20 pounds in muscle. Believe me, I've tried and failed. It's just make it easier. Move daily.
And finally, rest. Obviously, get your 6 to 8 hours a night, but besides sleep, rest also comes in the form of quality time with family, friends, and loved ones, meditation, mindfulness, prayer, faith, whatever it takes to really, help you find your center. So if you guys liked this video, if you want to see more Kitchen Confidential, give it a thumbs up. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what kind of Kitchen Confidential topics you'd like us to cover. We've got a lot of requests lately for, more of the inside work type of stuff. So anxiety, stress, whatever it is, leave us comments. Let us know what you want to hear about from us. We're here to help.
Yep. Have a happy new year. Ciao.